And so today felt like a big lesson, or a big relearning of that lesson. So we're headed up to San Francisco right now because we have a lead on a van. Now it's just time to go on my own.
Hi there, and welcome to the channel. I'm honored that you're at all curious as to what I've been up to, so I won't keep you in suspense for too long. I'm hoping that since you've taken this first step with me simply by clicking on this video and being here, that you'll take the next step with me as I take you along on an adventure and fill you in on what's been going on in my life. Know that if you ended up here, it's likely because we've had a connection in the past, and I hope that this can serve as a starting point for us to have more connection in the future. So without further ado, let's jump in. So here we are on our first solo hike in preparation for van living. It's one thing to talk about going out and seeing nature. It's another thing entirely doing it. So the goal here is to prove to myself that I actually want to be doing this. So our first solo hike. I'm taking it a little faster than I probably would otherwise, but I'm eager to get a little bit of conditioning in. And if I don't look up, it's because I'm wildly sensitive to poison oak, and it's on either side of me, so I'm just dodging back and forth to make sure that I don't come into contact with it. I used to live around here, and I was constantly covered in poison oak when I was. There's just birds everywhere. These are all birds. Okay, I'll catch you when I get towards the cypress groves. Oh my god, look at this view. Normally I'm not one to film things, just like stop and enjoy the moment, but this view goes on for a while, and I can at least show a little bit of it to y'all. Yeah, this is like an optional loop on my hike, but it seemed like the view was too perfect not to check what it was about at least once. I feel like that's where we're going, because we're trying to check out a cypress grove, and it looks like it's going to be that. Those look like Monterey cypress trees to me. Can't wait to see them up close. These cypresses are gorgeous. And when you walk under them, everything's so cool, even though it's like a really sunny day out here. As soon as you're in the shade, you get the nice ocean breeze, and super easy to cool off. Oh, here's a fork. Let's try left. There's no way that this ends poorly. Okay, more cypresses incoming. Holy cow. The colors on that poison oak are gorgeous. It's a shame that it's so terrifying. But yeah, it gets that bright red as it starts to dry out. But that just means all the oils are at the surface. So even scarier for people like me. Just want to touch it. Okay, I won't. Okay, finished the hike. It was about 2 hours. The weather was amazing the entire time. I am about ready to head home and take a shower, make sure I don't have any poison oak on me. Sorry about the traffic. I had to park right along the highway because I didn't get here early enough and the parking lot filled up pretty quick. So yeah, there's just like a lot of parking on the highway, and you know, it's like not super inconvenient, it's just a little noisy. Yeah, so I will probably come back to this hike at some point. There were a bunch of little trails that I didn't get to go down. I just wanted to make sure that I could get to the end of the path that I chose. I ended up actually taking one extra detour to check out all the birds, but otherwise, yeah, there's still plenty left to see here, and I will definitely be coming back. So this trip had me thinking about a hike that I went on when I was home for Thanksgiving, I think. Actually, maybe it was my like junior year in college. I came back for Thanksgiving, and we have this little tradition in my hippie family where we do like the
Sobranis hike. I think that's the one. The day after Thanksgiving, we'll load up on turkey sandwiches and go on this big hike. It's been happening less and less because folks are getting older and need to take care of their knees, or so I think it's been starting to phase out for like a beach walk instead. But back then it was a Sobranis hike, and I remember I came home for the holiday and I was honestly not doing so great. I really struggled with depression in my college years, especially like my latter college years, and yeah, I just wasn't doing great. And I think, you know, it was about a girl, because it's not always about a girl, but if it's about someone, it's about a girl. Yeah, and I just needed to figure out how to just move myself, just like pick up and do the thing. You know, it was a big hike, so I was always trying to like hover near my friends or like the people that I wanted to be close to. But it's a hike and it's hard to do, you know? You just have to be present and experience what's around you, because, you know, I'll talk to those people. I was talking to those people all weekend. So it was the first time that I decided that I was just going to be okay with not being with the crowd, not being with my friends, not being around the people that I wanted to be around, that I felt this pull towards. And so I just like took off. It was after the halfway point for the hike, so it was a little bit of a downhill. So I just like took off on a little bit of a jog. The view was gorgeous. I stopped at one of the switchbacks to enjoy the view of the coast. And when I got there, there was actually another one of my friends who was, I guess he had gotten way ahead of the group before. I didn't even realize. So then the two of us were hanging out, staring at the ocean, and yeah, we had a nice little moment. And it's not something that I would have had, I would have found, or I would have like learned about myself if I hadn't just consciously decided to stop waiting for people and to just go out and do the thing. And so today felt like a big lesson, or a big relearning of that lesson, to just go out and do the thing. Like, it's so, for so long I've been either waiting for someone else, or I guess I kind of felt like I found the person that I was supposed to travel with. So the decision, I didn't even feel like I had to make a decision. It was just like, oh, this is the person. But once that's not there anymore, now I have to decide, am I waiting? Am I going? And at least sometimes the answer has to be, I'm not waiting, I'm just going. And so even though it's a little bit scary to like go off and do things on my own, not like scary like I'm worried I'm gonna dehydrate or, you know, get lost or anything. I'm not like the fastest at reading a map, but I can, you know, I'm not gonna get lost out there. But the scary part is just deciding to go off and do things on my own, because I guess that's what's scary for me, being on my own. And even if it's doing the thing that I want to do, like doing the thing that I want to do alone doesn't feel like it's not what I'm comfortable with. It's not what I have been doing. But this year, I think, is sort of a year for introspection, a year for me to get okay being uncomfortable and like spending time with myself. And I feel like it's kind of cheating that I'm like bringing y'all along, because then I am still doing this by myself, but I can at least feel like I'm not alone. Yeah, that's weird. The idea of being by myself, but being by myself but not alone. So I think it's something that I needed to revisit, and it's something that I will continue to revisit. I need to get comfortable not waiting around, just doing the thing that I want to do, and being comfortable. If that means that I'm going to be on my own, I need to be comfortable with that and not let that stop me. Because, you know, I've been collecting this list of places that I want to visit. places all over California or Pacific Northwest or Arizona, or there were even a few in like New Mexico. Yeah, I've been like collecting this list of things that I wanted to do, but it never felt like I could get enough momentum to bring the people that I thought I was meant to go with. And so now it's just time to go on my own. What's that saying? It's like, if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. And I think I've been going slow for a little too long. I think I just need to just see what I'm capable of. Just stretch out and do the thing. Anyway, that was like a long rant, and I'm rambling a little bit, so I will end that there. Okay, so I am back at the Restore because I checked out the floor that I picked up the last time that I was here, and it looked good. So I'm going to get 2 more boxes if they're still here. They're going to be in a different color, so I'm going to have to figure that problem out later. I have some ideas on how I'm going to deal with that, but I figure I'll just get the same floor in a different color, and hopefully it all works out. I just hope it's still here because it was super cheap. I kind of feel like I should have got it last time, but I ran out of time and I kind of panicked. So this time we'll grab it, and then we'll also look around to see if there's anything that'll be useful for paneling, or I don't know. We'll figure it out together. But yeah, Restore. Okay, so they had the other 2 packages that I wanted. They were, again, in a different color. That's fine, we'll figure it out. But they were twice as expensive. So the first set, it was 2 boxes that cost me $21 and change, and then this time it was 2 boxes that cost me $43. They were still half off, because that's what they were marked as. Oh my goodness, out of breath. I had to bring them, it wasn't far, but it was just like up some stairs, and I'm slowly coming to terms with the fact that this is probably going to be, like, building out a van is probably going to be way more of a whole body workout than I mean, it seems like obvious, but I hadn't really thought about it. But yeah, now I'm going to have to come to terms with that. I was already starting to see, just from like moving some materials around, was it yesterday? It was yesterday or the day before, but I'm already starting to see my body like putting on muscle, which is weird. Things shouldn't happen that quickly, but here we are. So I'm gonna head home, have a nice beverage, relax, and then maybe spend this evening looking at more vans for sale, because all this is just talk until I've got the keys for a van, right? And then I can start building. Oh man, okay, yeah, this is unseasonably warm for the peninsula. Okay. So we're headed up to San Francisco right now because we have a lead on a van, and it's like a pre-built camper van. Someone like clearly was spending some time sleeping in there, but like it's a really basic setup. The big draw is the price. It's relatively low mileage, and it's got a solar setup, but I'm not sure what the solar setup is. Like, I've seen pictures, but I don't know what the charge controller is, or like what the wattage is, what the battery situation is. So that's a big unknown. But even if I end up having to replace all or most of the solar, it's still like a good price. The downside is that it's a slightly older model. It's a 2014. I was like really looking more at the like 2017, 2018 range. But the fact that it's low miles, it just depends on how it looks when we get there. And I'm a little bit bummed that it's a Sunday, because that means that I won't, like, if I like the van, I won't be able to buy it today because everything's closed. That means I'll have to come back out here at some point with another human being to be able to drive the van back down. So that's the situation. Nothing's set in stone. I'm fully prepared for disappointment because, you know, these things happen. And at least I have good company. Say hi, Echo.
Hi.
Yeah, so promised her dinner, whether or not we buy the van.
Yeah.
So wish us luck. I still haven't figured out what these bangs are doing.
Okay. Thanks for hanging out. I tried to give a peace sign, but I don't even know if it made it into the... Okay.
Okay, I will catch you later. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Go out, touch some grass, enjoy the weather, and see you soon.